Welding can take place in almost any setting, and each has its own set of challenges. For a weldment in a nuclear reactor, for example, the choice of filler materials and the procedure for welding are of course critical. And moving the welding operation underwater poses an entirely new set of problems. Should the decision be made to weld overlay the base metal? If so, with which grade? And should you weld with wire or strip electrode?
The first and most important reason for developing this app was that we identified the need for something like this through many contacts with our customers. A welder on a job may not have easy access to the information that is needed. So the idea was that we give access immediately, offline in your pocket, to comprehensive information in calculators, whatever your role is in the welding process.
Opening the app, there's a menu from which I can reach the section about products. I can navigate on either product groups or industry and click my way to information about products in general or particular grades. Looking into detail, I find datasheets, which I can also download. A product section that I often need to get to, I can mark as a favourite, and it lands under My Products. The Welding Guide section gives tips for many scenarios, and the user can directly contact a Sandvik specialist for any further questions. The Calculators section lists even more practical tools. The ferrite calculator is a useful tool to quickly evaluate the ferrite number. When dealing with austenitic stainless steels, the commonly used methods to assess the ferrite content based on chemical analysis are the WRC and D-long diagrams. To make it even easier to evaluate the weldability of filler metals for dissimilar joints, the Schaeffler diagram is included. The heat input calculator is another of the functions available, and it's there to assist the welder. For welding stainless steels and nickel alloys, the control of heat input is critical to ensure corrosion resistance and mechanical properties. During mechanised welding, these parameters can easily be entered into the calculator based on the settings of the welding machine. However, during manual welding, there is no setting on welding speed. Instead, the calculator gives you the tool to measure the time for welding over a certain distance that you've measured and entered into the calculator. In both ways, the calculated heat input is presented in kilojoules per millimetre or in joules per inch, both according to the ASME and EN standards.